When I make videos about Microsoft 365 cloud services, my focus isn't on individual features of the cloud service products. You can get very detailed technical information about that, chatting with AI through ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot, or going to learn.microsoft.com or the Microsoft Mechanics YouTube channel where you can see video demos. But these resources won't give you the practical why you'd want to use or integrate these cloud services and the practical how it all works together of a complete Microsoft 365 cloud services system. Instead, what I share is how Microsoft 365 and everything within it are deployed by us at Xerillion for real companies, live, in production, in the real world. We've done hundreds of Microsoft 365 full integration projects where emails, files, phones, security, and device management are all inside Microsoft 365 cloud services with no servers of any kind, turning the client's local office network into essentially a private Wi-Fi service with print scan copy services from a multifunction printer. That's about all that is left on that physical network. And again, we've done this hundreds of times. These systems work so smoothly, have built-in business continuity, easily scale up and down with your business as needed, don't require any refresh projects forever. I can go on, but my job here today in this video is to connect the dots between systems IT managers have now and what it takes to get everything inside of Microsoft 365 cloud services, making it all work together as one cohesive, unified system. And by unified, I mean IT infrastructure in a single, fully integrated pane of glass, with only your other third-party IT services being a third-party data backup, and of course, your business applications around sales, finance, and operations, which ideally would be cloud-based, subscription-based web and mobile apps managed through Entra single sign-on. Now, here's the thing. When we implement these systems, we don't do it in bits and pieces. We don't just add a bit of Intune here and maybe migrate some files there. We put the entire Microsoft 365 cloud services system in place over a few months as a single project. And there's a reason for that. For us, Microsoft Defender XDR and Intune aren't optional features. They're the foundation of a fully secure and managed Microsoft 365 environment. If a company isn't ready to build out this foundation, then at this time, we're not the right partner for them. Because I know that system without Microsoft Defender XDR and Intune fully integrated is going to be problematic. Most of the time, when clients come to us, they have a very specific goal in mind. Usually they want to get rid of their old file server and they're interested in Microsoft 365's security and management features. They know they're underutilizing their Microsoft 365 licenses. They'll have some third-party endpoint protection, maybe some standalone third-party security and management services, but it's usually a patchwork setup with no actual service integration or unification. Again, a single pane of glass. And I feel for internal IT managers because there is a big challenge internal IT departments face when it comes to making that move to a fully integrated Microsoft 365 cloud services environment. The problem is this type of migration, moving everything, including security and management, to Microsoft 365 cloud services happens just once in a company's lifetime. A great example of this is your company email you migrated to Microsoft 365. Any Exchange Online refresh projects coming up or email service vendor evaluations on the horizon? Of course not. Nobody ever does that. Another example we see in the real world is once a company moves their files into Microsoft 365, that's it. There's no 5-year refresh project. The files are there forever. The same goes for the Microsoft Teams phone system. Once you are set up and migrated, you're done forever. And the same is true for security with Microsoft Defender XDR and device management with Intune. It's a one-time integration project. So an IT manager can't get the experience of cutting these systems over and over to get the confidence to do these projects the way they could with an on-premises server-based IT infrastructure systems, which have repeated refresh and evaluation cycles. Now let's break this down a little further. Microsoft Defender XDR is your cybersecurity management platform. It's an intrusion detection and prevention system designed to monitor and protect across your company computers, your user identities, and the company unstructured data, the emails, files, chats, and voicemails, detecting, investigating, and remediating threats in real time automatically. Intune manages the entry points into our Microsoft 365 IT infrastructure, which are the company-owned Windows OS computers and the company-owned Microsoft Office mobile apps on employee-owned iOS Android smartphones. And these two types of devices represent 99% of the device entry points. Intune also handles the tedious aspects of computer management, the deployment, the security, maintenance, remote wipes, and inventory tracking. And it doesn't just stop at the Windows computers. Intune can also manage Mac OS computers, iOS and Android tablets, and smartphones, and secure and control company data on employees' personal smartphones through the Microsoft Office mobile apps. Again, typically, when we work with companies in the 30 to 200 user range, they may have some endpoint protection in place, but usually that's as far as it goes. Beyond that, they're relying on non integrated, non unified third party services and tools to fill in the gaps. And this is where we step in and we can say, we can do all of this with Microsoft 365 Cloud Services. And a lot of you probably already own the licenses to do it, but nobody has shown you the way. One of the biggest advantages of moving to Microsoft 365 as a unified platform, again, IT infrastructure in a single pane of glass, is that there's no need for constant refresh projects. With traditional on-premises systems or even some non-Microsoft cloud setups, you're looking at renewing services, refreshing software, and reevaluating options every 5 to 10 years. But with Microsoft 365, you set it up, migrate it over, and you're done. The system is designed to run without the need for ongoing overhauls. Microsoft manages the servers, the software updates, and the software upgrades on the back end. And our job as IT managers is to handle the configurations, monitoring, alerts, manage security, and oversee any necessary changes. So while there's still oversight and management needed, which means ongoing monitoring and maintenance, it requires fewer people on your team. And why that might sound like a threat to your career, it is not. Because the people who are managing these Microsoft 365 cloud services systems are higher paid and more specialized compared to the roles required for traditional on-premises server management. This is where the whole concept of efficiency and scalability of IT in the cloud really come into play. When a Microsoft 365 system is deployed correctly, the internet connection at your office, as I said earlier, essentially becomes just a private Wi-Fi network. You don't need the extensive firewalls and network complexity of the past because your new firewall is Entra-ID, Microsoft's identity and access management solution, which serves as the secure gateway into your IT environment. The main entry points are your company-owned Windows OS computers and the company-owned Microsoft Office mobile apps on employee personal smartphones. Basic firewall capabilities on your ISP's router are enough because Entra ID is handling the critical firewall security functions. Cybercriminals want access to your users' identities, mailboxes, and company files, which are up inside Microsoft 365 cloud services, protected by Microsoft Defender XDR. They aren't going to try to hack through the public interface of your on-prem firewall to get access to your multifunction printer. And the efficiencies gained in a Microsoft 365 cloud service environment, it's a lot like the transformation of a factory floor. Imagine an old shop floor from 1910 with 100 workers making parts by hand. As time goes on, the company invests in new machines, they come in, and now instead of needing 100 people to make 1,000 widgets per month at $1 each, they only need 30 people, but those 30 people manage the machines that now make the widgets. These 30 people are highly skilled and higher paid than the 100 they replaced. And now that same shop floor, the same square footage, produces 100,000 widgets per month at 25 cents each, adjusted for inflation. So again, adjusted for inflation in real dollar terms on that modern shop floor, the employees that upskilled on the new machines are making more money for their time. The company is producing more widgets at a lower cost, and the customer is paying less per widget, making the company producing the widgets and the company buying the widgets more competitive and sustainable. That's what happens with modern IT in the cloud. The days of server drudgery, dealing with outages, failed hard drives, disk array failures, redundancy, managing virtual hosts, and disaster recovery and business continuity are gone. And good riddance. I did plenty of time in that world. Not a fan. It's not a sustainable lifestyle. Microsoft 365 cloud systems are sustainable and efficient, not just for the company, but for the IT managers as well, because IT managers are my people. It's a fascinating system to work in, and it opens up a whole new level of capability for IT teams. You're no longer just keeping the IT lights on. You're operating in a streamlined, cohesive, and resilient modern IT model. Microsoft 365 cloud services make that possible. If this video gives the inspiration to run with your own Microsoft 365 cloud services modernization, or even have a better conversation with your existing Microsoft 365 cloud partner, awesome. If you think you might be interested to talk with us about helping you put this vision into your own IT system, you can go to our website and check us out at Xerillion.com. And if you're interested to talk with us and curious to speak with us, you can fill out our contact form and we'll schedule a Teams video meeting. You can also email us at support@Xerillion.com or call us 847-995-9800. At Xerillion, Microsoft 365 Cloud Services sales, integration, support is all we do. We work with private for-profit businesses with 30 to 200 users based in the US and Canada. We can take you somewhere. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.